Hey there, girls, guys, theys, and thems. Welcome to Dee Dee's Designs. I'm Dee Dee. This is part 2, hopefully not a part 3, but who knows, of a very big empties. Now, this is my second attempt at trying to film this. Tried to film it first thing this morning. All of my early alarms went off. Got about what I thought was like 20 minutes in, and I had stopped recording after like the first 5 and didn't know. So in lieu of attempting to even half-ass and knowing I would have to do 3 parts, I just went ahead and got myself ready. So let's start with a product that is almost empty and will be empty enough that I want to give it its flowers. It is a Love, Beauty, and Planet Oceans Edition bottle made from 1000 ocean-bound plastic, marine algae, and eucalyptus. It is got about this much left, as you see, and what I've been using this for is my feet. I believe self-care is all care, and that includes my feet. I do have designated feet lotion, and I think I've had that in a previous empties before, but because I'm a use your stash girly, I want to make sure that little things like this I probably would still use on my body. This was something I used mainly during the summer months because it was very ocean-ish. But with that said, I am going to probably use this up and have been using it up on my feet, and it'll be gone from my stash soon. I have here a Alakay Naturals Wake Me Up Curl Refresher. Here it is. I've only used a couple things from Alakay Naturals, and I believe I have at least one thing in my stash that's unopened. The top I went ahead and have reused. It gave it to a needed, I believe, like a body mist. So that will be hopefully seen sooner than later now that it has a workable top. This is something I used in the summer to refresh, never with another Alakay Naturals product. If the formula hasn't changed, I would be willing to repurchase this just to make sure that, or to see how it works with another Alakay Naturals product. I've used their avocado deep conditioner, and I believe I have like a hydration lotion, but I only used it to refresh other combos throughout the summer, and I enjoyed it. It had water, aloe vera, vegetable glycerin, almond oil, and wheat germ protein, silk amino acids, ooh, tongue-tied, pomegranate oil. Yeah, in the first 7, like, it's got some great stuff. If it didn't change, I will repurchase it. Another lost top is the Sotanicals Hair Sorrel Napalicious Kink Drink. As you can see, it has a red tag. I believe I got it from Sally's Beauties on the clearance rack. Again, I used it as a refresher, enjoyed it, and would repurchase because I love Sotanicals. This also starts with water, aloe vera, babassu seed oil, panthenol, castor oil. Yeah, so this has a great ingredient list, and I will be repurchasing. And 3 for 3 when it comes to being reusing caps. Waste not, want not. This is the Nature Love Aloe Vera Plus AHA BHA Hair and Scalp Rinse. Clarify plus revive. It gently cleanses your hair and scalp. Glycolic acid and salicylic acid help remove impurities and product buildup. Soothing formula won't strip away essential oils or color. It does what it says. This, I haven't used anything else from Nature Love. I used it mainly on my child's hair when she was, when I was trying to make sure she had a clean scalp. I ended up finishing up on mine, especially when I really had some buildup. I would use it again. I mean, we use AHAs and BHAs on our face. Of course, why not use it on our scalp? That makes complete and utter sense to keep it clean. So I will definitely do that again. And all of these are 8 fluid ounces. One of the things that I cut into, if you have watched any of my other previous empty video, you'll know that I will use things up to its last leg. So I'm a cutter. It's the Alba Botanica Acne Dot Face and Body Scrub. Maximum strength, 2% salicylic acid, acne medication with willow bark extract. This was great. Smelled fantastic. It had water, glycerin, walnut shell powder. I know that they say that you're not supposed to use walnut shell powder, but I really and thoroughly liked it. Some of the fake fragrances are bergamot, orange, peppermint. You got aloe vera, witch hazel, lentil fruit extract, the willow bark, like it says. I thoroughly enjoyed using this. I love Alba Botanica as a brand because it is plant-based and cruelty-free. I believe it is one of the only sunscreen brands that is allowed in Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me, but definitely look that fact up. And I thoroughly enjoy and will repurchase this and would recommend if you come across it. I'm burning through them because I have a lot to do and trying to get it in. Let's see if we can do this in less than an hour. Briogeo Curl Charisma Rice Amino Plus Shea Hydrating Co-Wash. Enjoyed it. Used it up. I am a curly girl that does a bunch of layers, I guess, or styles, or I do a lot of cleansers, right? Like I'll do the cleansers that focus just right on the scalp, and then I'll do one in the strands, and then I'll do you know, the clarifying one and a moisturizing one, and maybe a co-wash. And you know, I done research and even experimented with what people call the maximum hydration method, where you clarify and do a clay wash, and then, so you know what I mean? Like there's steps to even just the cleansing process, and I believe that with the steps in the cleansing process and the steps in the conditioning process, a co-wash is something I enjoy, even if it's in the pre-poo detangling process. So I love this. This was a very protein-based. Briogeo is a pricier brand, but you get what you pay for. So it had the slip. It gave my hair the strength it needed, and I would definitely repurchase. A non-hair care item that I'm going to at least give its flowers since we used so much of it is a CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. It is something that was mainly used by other members in my household. We end up using right now apps like Luca and things like that help us kind of weed out certain products for certain reasons. And this one was on one of the products that we rotated out for something that did scan potentially better. Now there's obviously controversy or differing opinions on how those apps actually benefit you, or what those rates do and how you should look at those scorings. But take the information with a grain of salt as you will. We liked this. We tried this one, and there's a darker green one or a more traditional green one. This one I guess is more turquoise. That one was more lotiony and wasn't as big of a crowd pleaser. I ended up using it up. I don't know if it was in the empties or if I got rid of it before I started deciding to do empties, because I had so many of them and I wanted to make some use of it because I was watching so many empties. But if you're looking for it, if you come across it, if you don't care about ingredients, it's a good one. And we purchased this a number of times before we decided to scan it or to try to up level or upscale our ingredients packages or anything like that. So use it if you wish. Okay, deep diving. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but maybe I'm not. So we've got some main choice items that I probably would repurchase if the formulas were the same, if they were still available. I don't know. It's the main choice. We have the main choice green apple fruit medley detangling kids leave-in conditioner. I definitely use this, I believe, with the moringa the most at the end. These were two of the items that, as you can tell, I believe in part one is where the curly moringa braid out glaze lives. And this, I believe, is living in part two. These paired together quite well for mainly a wash and go. I don't know if I did a twist out or a braid out with that. Usually those took time, and that's a luxury that us busy working moms and women just can't afford always. So these were great products, and if they still exist, I will repurchase them. Then the other one that I have, I believe, spoiler alert, if the videos come out and you watch them, I believe I already have another one in my stash because I enjoy it so much. It is the Main Choice Exotic Kool-Aid Minty Guava and Kiwi Shampoo, the Healthy Hair Food Collection. I probably, if you've not gathered, will take off this top, which is part of what I love about it. I'm glad that there was still a top on a product that I could show you. But let me tell you that I made sure to purchase one more of these before any formula changes, before any discontinuations, and I believe it might have even been at a discount. You'll have to see that video to get the answer to that story, but let me tell you, it was a good one. It is a good one. It is a cleanser that I was not gonna see go without having a backup. We will see how I feel or how quickly I get to that one in my stash. Okay, next. Oh no, I thought it was in part one. It's not. It's coming right behind it. I paired it with this one. The Main Choice Tropical Moringa Sweet Oil and Honey Endless Moisture Pearly Braid Out Glaze. It was same story. All right. Speaking of facial cleansers and changing or trying to upscale brands, Sarah V, when recommending brands that you should try that may have better ingredients for you, the brand that they recommended was the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. They had in this brand a couple different kinds, just like Sarah V has a couple different kinds. Some scan better than others, to be honest, and I don't know which one this scans because I use my phone to record the videos and I use my phone to scan products. So right now I'm not able to really tell you from memory. If you're curious, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you're curious of the yucca information, let me know. Or if you have yucca, go to the store, start scanning them, or find it at the store, scan it yourself, and comment it down below and let us know. Either way, want to hear from you. And I couldn't tell you if I would repurchase this or not. I feel like right now I would let my daughter figure that one out. I'm in a different level of skincare at my age, so we'll see. A staple in my household, one that we cannot live without. We are a family that loves the hot sauce. It is mule sauce. This is a favorite. It's very generally, you know, I feel like low intensity if you're only 3 out of 5, or medium mild, right, intensity. But this is multiple bottles we've gone through as a household and as an individual. All right, I got a bunch of small things, so let me see how quickly I can whip through these. I got a travel size Ole Henriksen Truth, the Clean Truth Foaming Cleanser African Red Tea Extract. This was really nice and cleansing, and I probably would repurchase the big version of it for sure. I'm looking at the ingredients, or I'm looking to see if I could tell if it gives me any ingredients on this little bottle. It does not. So you would have to go on the website to see if it still exists and to see what the ingredients are. But I would repurchase. This is a Mary Kay Time Wise Pore Moisturizer. I don't know who is a Mary Kay rep, whether it's in my family or whether it is, can you see it that far away? Am I too close? I don't know. Here we go. I can tell you, hopefully you've been able to see them. Maybe you haven't. Sorry. If you haven't been able to see these, let me know. If you're like, girl, I haven't been able to see any of those. A Mary Kay rep is who you get those from. And they're good, they're decent, they're good fillers. I get them a lot through family. Christmas time, they come. You know, beggars can't be choosers, and waste not, want not. Okay, so speaking of foot lotion and speaking of Mary Kay, another cutting thing you'll start seeing patterns is a Mary Kay Rosemary Mint Foot Lotion. Cut it up. I love the mint. I believe it had a tingle, if I'm not mistaken, for you tingly girlies. Here's what it looks like. All right. We have a doTERRA natural deodorant, the doTERRA Balance Grounding Essential Oils Blend. Now the essential oils blend, for those doTERRA people, I'm going through all the like shea butter, because it's a deodorant, remember. So coconut oil, sunflower oil, jojoba oil. Looks like it's got some beeswax, some castor oil. It's got spruce oil. It looks like it's got cinnamon leaf oil, frankincense oil, that's a good one, blue tansy, leaf stem oil, blue chamomile oil. Ooh, an osmanthus flower fragrance. Yeah. It's a good one. I'm sad to see it go, but I do have many different balancing essential oil things, blends, that kind of stuff. So it's not the oil or the essence is not out of my life. This is a Bliss brand Mighty Marshmallow Bright and Radiant Whipped Mask. Is a little traveler. Oh, I would repurchase this, I believe. I would get a bigger, at least a bigger container to see if I truly liked it and if it truly brightened. It was pleasant. This was something that was used by a family member, not by me. It's an Affinia volume shampoo. It's something that, oh, it looks like it's part of the Melaleuca brand. So if you're familiar with that, but I wanted to at least say that those are empties and things that are used in our house. There's the conditioner. If you've used them, if you know anything about Melaleuca, let me know. Because we are hot sauce girlies, and I got a, if I believe in video 1, now I'm starting to doubt myself, but because I got a Hot Ones subscription, or a Hot Ones box of the 12 or 10 pack or something, and I'm interested in the subscription box. I have a bunch that I've tried, and the Ginger Goat Tropical Star, which is mango, lemongrass, and star anise hot sauce, this one was super good, pretty spicy. It's a 4 out of 5 if you look on the back. I would for sure repurchase this or get a bigger bottle of it. And this one was also a really good one. It's the Marshall's Hot Sauce Whiskey Smoked Ghost. Let me see if I could, apple cider vinegar, white balsamic vinegar, onions, tomato paste, date syrup, like you name it. This is a good one too. So these ones are really good and would be repurchased in our household. Another hair care item, another shampoo. I used up a lot of shampoos. Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Aloe and Oat Milk Ultra Soothing Shampoo. I think I used up a lot of shampoos because we've been working on them for quite some time. These are unfortunately probably year-old shampoos. These shampoos have been in the stash, as many curly girls know, for a very long time. Gosh, and Briogeo is such a great brand. Okay. Here, I just went ahead and grabbed this little container, and it looks like there's a bunch of little empties. Let's see if there's stuff that's worth actually saving. And you tell me if this is even worth putting in here or if this is just a waste of time. This is a bunch of travel things that we've emptied out, which is also great for the decluttering minimalist journey that I have been on in this last year or so. So I love kind of seeing all of these things because it also gets them out. And so that's what's really great. This is the Colgate Max Fresh with Whitening Breath Strips. This little one right here. There's another one right here. This is a Crest Gum Detoxifying Deep Clean. I probably would repurchase this one over this one, but honestly I would probably not repurchase either in a bigger size. I would actually get Dr. Bronner's toothpaste over either of those two. I love tea, lemon ginger. Bath and Body Works, Thousand Wishes, antibacterial. If you know it, you love it. A barbecue sauce and Emerald's Chipotle barbecue sauce. Emerald's. I don't know. It was okay. I probably wouldn't repurchase those. Barbecue sauce is like ketchup, and I'm not a big fan of ketchup, but we'll see. So this is, I got rid of the middle because it was long and I didn't need that much. It's the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, but it looks like some sort of acid and squalene. I really enjoyed this and used it for quite some time. I am at this point into more hydrating moisturizers, tinted, if it has SPF. The more things that you can put in one item so I could use less items, the better, right? The minimalist journey. This is a pharmacy lip gloss. You can kind of see what color it is. It was kind of a beigey neutral. This is the kind of colors I like. I don't know if I believe we lost our pharmacy rep, and I just don't know if I would use the pharmacy brand if it wasn't. I wouldn't hunt it out. I don't need a new pharmacy rep. And I don't know if I would repurchase it if it was just not readily available. And yeah, that's all I see there. Oh, and then of course the empties that I have a bunch of discarded items in. If you want to know, it looks like I chose to use this to declutter two cute little Halloween earrings that I probably outgrew, my daughter outgrew, little ghosts and little cats. And then it looks like a bunch of either broken jewelry or lost earring pieces. But I put it in one of what is probably many. I know I already have one of these that I'm currently using in my stash. There might be still one unopened in the stash. I don't know. It's the Main Choice Peach Black Tea and Vitamin Fusion Anti-Shedding and Intense Volume Therapy Mask. And yes, that's a great segue. You can use your hair care containers, multi-purpose, as just little declutter catch-alls as you're wanting to get more things out. I have, in the first part of this, I believe you'll see the gross, disgusting bottle of the Spoiled Child. Here is the nice clean box to do a second plug. I did about 3 months worth of the Spoiled Child. It is pricey. I did enjoy it. I did think I saw results. I've moved on and tried different forms of collagen, which I'll use to segue to a second Empties that had the next collagen that I'm currently trying, and will report back to you. And I may, or probably would at least go back to it, but might try different forms before that occurs. With that said, the next form that I'm currently trying is that I also have an Empties for, but have obviously repurchased if I'm currently in at least a trial, which I try to go about 3 months. We see how it works after 3 months, and then I shift on to something else. 1 to 3 months is what I'll say. Currently the collagen I'm trying is the Everyday Dose Coffee Plus. It's mushrooms, collagen protein, and neurotropics. It's supposed to boost energy, elevates mood, gut health, and enhances focus. I enjoyed this. I got a second bag that I currently am trying, not as frequent as I did this one. I shifted from this one to Mud Water, which I'm almost finished with. Mud Water being my morning go-to. This was my morning go-to for the month, or for the bag. I believe I actually purchased 2 more bags now that I say that. I could be wrong, but I believe I did that for 2 bags. I believe I'm almost done with 1 bag. And I have another bag, but I'm doing it irregularly, so I'm only technically on the second month. Let me clarify. However, when I finished this bag, I switched to Mud Water because I wanted to check the differences in mushrooms, but realized there was not any collagen in Mud Water. So I have at least probably 2 times a week, at least twice a week to be fair. I'm gonna work on 2 to 3 times a week. I've also been either alternating with does to get my collagen in, or have been sort of halving it and doing and have mud water, have does, and been playing that way, because I'm almost done with my first mud water. So I have a decent review already forming, and once that's in an empties, you'll get that review. I would repurchase. I've seen sort of the generic brand of this in like Marshalls, and I've been curious to purchase it, to compare it, right? Compare pricing, compare ingredients, but I would repurchase it. And if I came across it and did the research and found that that there was a generic brand that again looks very similar to this packaging, it's not the everyday dose, but it might say something else, I might try it. Okay, here is another hair care. It is the Curls brand, the Pop and Pineapple Collection So Clean Vitamin C Curl Wash. There's a lot of shampoos in this empties, but that should tell you how focused I was on cleansing, how much I layered my cleansing styles. I went in a lot of times, I focus on the scalp. I would do that with usually either the more scalp cleansing things, or the more clarifying cleansers would be scalp focused, and then I would go in with more moisturizing cleansers to kind of go through the hair, and also use more for detangling purposes, and to fuse some moisture back in from any remnants that the clarifiers were doing, because I was clarifying more frequently during the summer months because you get more gunk. And this was a great moisturizing shampoo. And I would definitely, especially if the formula is no different, repurchase. Got a couple non-hair items. Let me bust through them. Got the Kirkland's brand creamy almond butter. I love almond butter. I'm working through trying healthier lifestyles. I would repurchase that one. I would repurchase a better one. Live a good, healthy lifestyle. Live as long as we can. Speaking of, we love it. And we even have another one already in the fridge. I say no more. Okay. This is a Siete grain-free tortilla chips, sea salt. I'm putting this in here, though we've used a bunch of them, used bigger bag sizes. This is a good one. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, paleo, grain-free, soy-free. It has coconut flour, chia seed, avocado oil. I mean, it's a cassia via flour blend. I don't know really what it means. It's great. Oh, it's a root vegetable in Latin America, Africa, and Asia. So good. Want to give it its props. Okay. Here's a Curl Dynasty Twisted Definition Twisting Cream. I enjoyed this. Not so much the floral smell. I'm not a big floral smell girly, but it packed in the moisture. It was organic aloe juice infused with organic marshmallow root, castor seed, shea butter, manuka honey, sunflower seed oil, coconut fruit extract, kakadu plum extract, passion fruit extract, blueberry fruit extract, banana fruit extract, benzalkonium methosulfate, citral alcohol, cetyl alcohol. Yeah, you got it. I'm butchering some of these wordings, but It's a great one. I used the pumpkin deep conditioner. I think might have been in a separate one, or it's down in there and I'm just remembering it, and I'm spoiler alert, I don't know. But this was a good one. I believe I gave away some, even from these other brands, because I had so much in my stash that I was just giving away products that I knew I was not going to get to. And I've tried, like I said, the pumpkin deep conditioner, but I don't know if Curl Dynasty's around. I may try it again. It's just not on the top of my list, and I have a lot of products to get through and a lot of brands I want to deep dive into and try more of. So we shall see. Okay. What do I have? Oh, one of the bigger products that I finally were able to get rid of that I'm excited about, at least probably the biggest one from here, is the Paul Mitchell, the original The Conditioner, the leave-in moisturizer. I had this for a very long time. This is one of the first brands I've used in a very, like, this is one of the oldest brands I've used. And it was one of the first brands recommended to me, and it did give my hair the moisture it needed. It has a silicone, warning, 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 silicone. But I use silicones in a very specific way. I don't mind silicones as long as you cleanse them out effectively. So I'm glad to see this big bad boy out of my hair stash, but I also can see myself repurchasing it. It was a good silicone product, and it's a oldie but a goodie. So, all right. Now, one is super funny is I know that I at least had one of these, if I'm not mistaken, in my very first Huge Empties video. I could have swore I had a bottle in part one of this, and I believe I just showed you a box, which could, now that I'm thinking, could have been the box from one of the bottles. But now I'm seeing not only a second box, which, because it seems like to be a different color, is probably a different flavor. There's a pineapple and there's a mango. I did start with mango, so this is probably the box from the very first bottle I tried. Proof, right? Proof that I've at least purchased it multiple times. And here's the box from the pineapple. This is probably at least the matchy-matchy. Because the bottle was in, I believe, the previous video, therefore has been tossed. It was probably that one or the first one, because again, I know I've purchased a couple of them now. I did about a 3-month trial. But yeah, all the proof is in the pudding. It was worth it. It was worth it. Okay, we're getting down here, and we're getting to the 38-minute mark. Let's bust through this. We can get under an hour, and we can do it. We have the Main Choice Amazon Hair Day Super Smooth and Extreme Gleam Gorgeous Glossy Leave-In Conditioner. Whew, and there's a lot more to it as well. Here is what it looks like. I think I put it close to me because there's no like big shine, but you really can't see it. And then if I put it super close, I feel like you've got to, yeah. So it's just dancing around, and I'm so sorry. This I also used with the Pearly Moringa Braid Out Glaze earlier, and this was wonderfully moisturizing. This was more moisturizing, if I'm being super honest, than this one was. And it was so moisturizing that I went on Amazon and then saw and tried to find it to be like, okay, can I get more of these? Even though I know it's discontinued or limited, because I believe it was a line that they did just with Amazon. And then no longer do because of things. I wanted to get the other products in the line because using this was so moisturizing that I was sad I've not used and gave away other products in this line without using them. Like, I'm really sad about it. And if you have it, and I'm trying to buy it, please give it to me. Or if you've tried it and you equally believe it's amazing, let me know. Okay, thank you. All right. I have the Curls Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Gelée. I think I've said in one of the videos that I tried the twisting cream. I believe in a stash video I was talking about the mousse, because I know I have that's in my use your stash. These are, I love curls. They've done a lot of discontinuations like Eden Body Works. Their products I have tried are all generally decent. This one was okay, and I may or may not repurchase it. There's just a lot of other things. Got a rosemary mint hand soap from Home Elements. Got it for $4.99 at TJ Maxx. Ooh, a Tom's Northwood deodorant, and apparently got it at Marshall's. Had a red tag, so it's cheap. The Papaya Castor Foam Conditioner. If you watched my stash video, you saw the balm, I guess is what it was probably called. That is still in my stash. I'm still using it. It's a great scalp scrub and conditioner, a moisturizer for the hair. But it didn't have a label, and this is why, because it just falls apart and falls on things and comes off on stuff, and that's how all the labels were on all the products, and that's probably why it was discontinued, and it does make me very sad. But great moisturizing products, y'all. Gave me moisture. And smelled divine. Smelled divine. Okay, we have Bath and Body Works Champagne Toast Body Wash. I believe, I don't know if I used it or a family member used it. I believe it was in a Christmas gift. So either way, it was used. This was something that was given to me. It's the Thick and Full Biotin and Collagen Conditioner from OGX. I had a second one that was given to me of the conditioner and the shampoo. It was okay. The product itself is purple. It's got a blend of vitamin 7, biotin, collagen, hydrolyzed wheat protein, so it is a strengthening shampoo and conditioner, and it does, I believe, have silicones. I probably wouldn't repurchase, but for the slip and for having it free and available, it wasn't bad. Almost done, guys, almost done. Last full bigger product is this mango body butter with cocoa butter. It was a cheap red tag for $4 that I got at a Marshall's. It looks like it's, oh, can I get this in there for you to see? It's an England brand, and I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll come across it again or if I would repurchase it. I jumped on the Dubai chocolate bandwagon. I found this in a little place in Sparks, Nevada. I wish I had bought multiples when I did. It was not there when I went back months later. Nor should it have been. I don't know why. I even got the Emerald Sriracha version of the barbecue sauce. Wasn't very good. Would not repurchase. Dad Advanced Climate Control Defrizzing Conditioner. It is the travel size. Because I have, if you've seen the other videos, I keep saying other videos, plug in the other videos, a giant size of another product that I've been trying to get through, you should not be surprised if you see other products in this line of multiple sizes and of different kinds. That's all I'll say. See, I'm trying to get through these. I don't want to be crunched for time. I have a bunch of little stuff though. This is a turmeric serum, anti-aging, balance, uneven skin. I get dark marks. I get dark marks all over my body for scratches, for burns, for acne, you name it. And I'm really susceptible to ads if those ads feed me what I'm looking for in my life. So this was an ad product that was feeding me a need. Can I get close and get out of the sun? Maybe. And was feeding a need, and I tried it. I don't know if it really did anything. I try a bunch of different things, and because I am consistent and committed to the elimination and the lightening of the dark mark process, I see improvements. Try different things that work for you that don't get affected to your skin. This was one of the things I tried. I was gonna have a really hard time pronouncing that, so I'm sorry. If you want to know what it is, comment down below. Okay, I'm just grabbing a handful of these little things to get through them pretty quickly. This is a Dr. C Tuna Tea Tree Serum. I believe it's a pharmacy, Lost Hour Pharmacy rep. I love tea tree for treating acne and things on my face. That's why I have it. There will be multiple empties of tea tree in my life. And speaking of, here's, I believe, an updated version of it. So here's an updated version of Dr. C Tuna's tea tree next to an old version of Dr. C Tuna's tea tree. Here we go. See? So, two of those. Also am a chapstick person. Probably shouldn't be, but I am. Sky Organics Sugar Cookie Lip Balm. Because they say that the more you use them, the more you need them, but... and then a Lovejoy Dental. This was given. I mean, they both were given, just by different people. And then this is a Crest little toothpaste that I dove into. I don't know why I didn't dive into the others. Maybe I liked this one better.